The death of John the Baptist is one of the most jarring moments in the Gospel. After a life of bold preaching, self-denial, and unshakable devotion to truth, his earthly story ends not in celebration, but in a prison cell, his voice silenced, his head served on a platter. It's a sobering scene, but within it lies a powerful revelation about the nature of evil and the cost of discipleship. I also think about John's end, and how it connects to the daughter of Herodias, who demanded his head. This moment exposes the raw reality of evil. John could have stayed quiet. He could have softened his words, avoided confrontation, or continued his ministry without challenging Herod's unlawful marriage. From a purely practical perspective, it would have been easier and far safer. But John's call was not to safety, it was to truth. And truth, by its very nature, exposes darkness. Herodias' daughter had everything at her fingertips: wealth, influence, beauty, power. When offered anything she desired, she could have chosen riches, land, or political favor. Instead, she asked for death, for the head of a holy man on a platter. That demand reveals something deeper. When evil is invited in, it does not stay dormant. It grows. It feeds on pride, resentment, and fear until it begins to devour what is good. This scene reminds us that evil is never content to be fenced off or negotiated with. It doesn't respect boundaries. It doesn't tolerate truth. Once welcomed, it demands more. What began with Herod's lust and Herodias' bitterness ended in bloodshed. And John, though innocent, bore the consequences. But perhaps even more chilling is that the entire execution was carried out not out of deep conviction, but to save face at a party. Herod gave in because he didn't want to look weak. That's how evil often works. Not just through dramatic outbursts of violence, but through the slow erosion of conscience, the quiet compromises made to protect status or avoid discomfort. John's death, tragic as it is, reminds us that standing for truth will always cost something, but failing to stand costs more. It opens the door to a kind of moral rot that spreads quickly and corrupts deeply. In the end, John's voice was silenced by those who could not bear the truth he spoke, but only for a moment. His death became a warning and a witness. Evil may have claimed his body, but it could not erase his legacy. He remains a prophet, a martyr, and a mirror, showing us both the cost of speaking truth and the danger of letting evil go unchecked. We live in a time when it's tempting to keep the peace by staying quiet. But John shows us that the price of silence is too high. When we speak truth with love and courage, we may suffer, but we also shine. And in a world desperate for light, that kind of faithfulness matters more than ever.